close to the weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Today we're going to talk about sometimes as you start to move forward, there's some things that you need to. There's the thought that in their 30s was too old, or 40s, 50s. No, it's not. And so that sometimes what you need to leave behind is a mindset that came from somewhere else that isn't necessarily a healthy way to think, and it limits you. It puts you in a box and sometimes keeps you in a job that you don't belong in, and it's not your purpose in life. And it makes you inflexible. And we can be comfortable sometimes in a job we don't like. Does that sound weird? But like, it's what we know, but we're not enjoying it. We don't have a passion for it. And so as you look towards a paralegal career, to help yourself, you have to do a lot of your own research. The reason I wrote my book, Legal Break-In, was to give you an insider's view, because I didn't find anything out. So, or people who wanted to be paralegals. It was, the career itself began in I believe it was mid to late 80s, where that word was even being used. So when I broke in, it was a baby career. It was a new career. That's why there was nothing there. So as you move forward, you're going to feel out of sorts, that you wonder if this is for you. You wonder if you're doing the right thing. This is just my own personal story, is that I broke in so that at that first job, I had to figure out if I liked it or not. And I gave myself 1 year to figure that out, so that I would see everything I needed to see pretty much. And then I could make short. I left it to run my restaurant. We closed the restaurant and then went back into the legal field. But that's the beauty of that, because by that time I already had a lot of experience and I could go right back in. So when I had a diversion at that point and opened a restaurant and it didn't go, then I could go back into legal. Okay, not that that was easy for the old mind to handle, because I was hoping the restaurant would make it. But I had that to definitely fall back on, where I could make a decent wage that would help support the family. I always mention the stumbling blocks along the way. Count on it so that you're not shocked, and all will be well. You will be learning when you overcome those mountains and stumbling blocks, the barriers, the hurdles you have to jump over. All of that builds your character and teaches you. So, and that type of thing is this very reason. As you start to move forward, people may start to fall away, they have no interest. And so you may end up having to develop different friends. Now you'll have the same family, but some of those won't want to hear what you have to say either. Don't be shocked by that. The same thing happens when you grow spiritually, when you come to know Jesus as your Savior, as I did in my early 20s. I had family members, a breach there, and that healed after some time. It wasn't like I was throwing it in their face, but if they don't have the interest, they don't want. Some people will not talk to you, have conversations, long, in-depth conversations. Some of that comes from jealousy over what you're doing, that you are moving ahead, they're not, or they may be happy doing what they're doing and they flat out can't relate to what you're doing. My husband's career as a chemical engineer, his father had a hard time explaining to other people what his son did. We would lay and say, yeah, he works on projects and things, my folks couldn't understand what I did every day, and they didn't ask me about it either. So keep yourself there to make everybody else happy. Push out. And yes, you will feel uncomfortable and out of sorts. Do it anyway. You might leave people behind. You might leave some family kind of behind. You're still going to see your family, but you might emotionally have to leave them behind so that you can move forward. Your path, as I always say, is different than mine. It's unique. The area of law that you want to go into, you should look into all those different areas of law that you can simply Google and find out more about them. You know, you're interested in family law, immigration, criminal law. Um, in fact, immigration and criminal law, I did videos about estate planning. I did videos about real estate. I think I did one on corporate as well. There's several videos about different areas of law, and my book goes into more. So, the new situations, I think, is what scares us. That what are we getting into? But the more that you hang out on my page, and I have free training I'm offering from my website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. And you can go to that website and be sure to check your spam folder, because when you sign up today, or if you signed up yesterday, when I'm going to go later on tonight, I will be checking um, the training that's already waiting for you there from February. And then we're going to have new training early March. So get ready. Um, we had to move to a new city. If you've done that, it can put you like out of sorts. You've got to discover where to go. Where do you go to the doctor? Set up new doctors and all that stuff. It feels the same when you start that new job, as you already know. But when you start a new career, it can feel that way. Keep looking back to see, oh, I'm so comfortable here, but yeah, I'm happy. Investigate before you make the break from your current um, everything you possibly can, and then jump in. The only way I found out if I liked it or not was to jump in, because there was nothing out there for me to read. And so I just jumped into a job. Expand your horizons. Now, this is what Philippians are ahead. So keep reaching forward. Don't keep going back to comfort zone. If God has this plan for you to move ahead, best. So keep going forward. Ask questions in the comments below. Make a comment, ask a question, then get with me in finally after you get the book and you take the training. Then what's the next step before you jump in the job? The course that I offer is launching again. It launched in January, and it's launching in early to mid-May. I'm not going to do it at the end of May, as I said, because it's competing with Memorial Day. So it'll be early to mid-May. I'll have the date soon, okay? So have a great day. I know it's a shorter video for me, and let me know in the comments below any questions whatsoever. Are you enjoying the videos here? I love to hear feedback. And